Hey everybody, it's Master Gallengeist here, bringing you my review of Ultimate Black Panther 2024 Volume 2. This is $17.99 US, $22.50 Canadian. This is issue 7 through 12, and this was alright by me. It just kind of further showcased that this really isn't for me, mainly because it just does the same kind of stuff that you probably get out of the normal Black Panther, with nothing really changed up too much. I mean, going a little bit more in the kind of nuttiness that goes on with Vibranium's opposite, and introducing this universe's Sorcerer Supreme, but I almost would have rather had that Sorcerer Supreme kind of thing maybe in the Ultimates. So let's kind of crack into this. We see that T'Challa is still going on with his war with Moon Knight and everything, still working with Eric Killmonger and Storm, trying to do things without killing people. Talking about how it's been months of this, so it's still kind of like the time frame of like, okay, we'll see what happens. Recon, find the heart of their power, their weakness. And then kings destroy gods. And then, of course, we bring up that, like, Storm hopes that he doesn't regret his kindness that he has that's different than his enemy. I will not kill those Wakanda is meant to protect. Of course, him still trying to get guidance from the Voodoo Khan. Bringing up the whole thing that what if Vibranium has its own kind of consciousness and what it's attempting to do and what are its objectives and goals. In the kingdom, it gave our ancestors the vision to build, and we become dependent upon it in symbiosis, powerful in its grace. Nothing without its strength. May have its opposite, or the descendant, or its forebear, but Khonshu understands it in a way I do not. And in his keep he can terraform, enhance life, most likely destroy it. I've never seen a stronger mind than yours, but my mind is imprisoned by logic and reason. And Mala is right. I need to think as a god to defeat a god. It's like, okay, let's see how he goes with that. Of course, meeting with his council to figure out what to do. And then, of course, pretty much, let's see. He needs to seek out someone who is both mystic and scientist, find them in the world and bring them to Wakanda, pretty much setting up the whole thing of Eric and Storm pretty much going to find the Sorcerer Supreme, and T'Challa's like, if I had a name, like, we wouldn't be doing this dance. Of course, wanting them to then help him out on the battlefield, pretty much making it look like he's a god, kind of shit, utilizing Storm's powers to kind of help his ass, and bring people onto the side of Black Panther and Wakanda against Khonshu's forces. Of course, we then see our Khonshu and Ra looking on and being like, yeah, screw this shit. As the war pretty much continues on. But we see that he's utilizing some kind of cool-ass shit, pretty much blasting people off. But being like, those who follow you will mirror your virtue, your calm spirit, your grace. It's like, yeah, is he setting the correct example for what's kind of going on? Before we get one of Moon Knight's kind of people sent to him and stabs T'Challa with a thing of the Vibranium opposite. And him going like, and it like fucking up his suit and shit. Before we then see him having pretty much visions and shit of something exploding kind of thing, or like two planets crashing together, and then of course them going to Earth. And it's like he finds the Vibranium, goes nutty, and then transforms into a panther. He's like, what the fuck? And it's like, all I remember is war. And then talking of him being in bed pretty much for 7 days, screaming and crying and shit like that. And then saying you need rest. It's like, yeah, I mean, you did some really weird ass shit, and you kind of have to fucking be okay with that. But then we see he's kind of got... He can feel the fucking blade now, and he fucking, like, draws it to him without going up to it. You willed it to you. No, but she's like, you willed it. It's like, no, I asked it shit to come here. It's like, that's a difference. It's like, what the fuck? We have built a kingdom on a power we do not understand, and until we truly understand vibranium, Khonshu has the advantage. Say nothing to anyone. Need to be alone, Dokoye. So then we see in Eastern Europe as Eric and Storm are trying to pretty much get this person to, like, for what you seek, you don't want a magician. Stop hurting me. And I'll tell you where you can find the Sorcerer Supreme, but you're going to have to kill a lot of people to reach them. It's like, okay. Now that's a really cool page. I really like Killmonger's design. So this pretty much shows them pretty much dealing with the Maker's forces that have imprisoned the Sorcerer Supreme. But then they get in there and find out that everybody's pretty much dead in there. It's like, what the fuck's kind of going on here? Maybe our target wasn't as captive as these men thought. And we're too late for shock and awe. So just kind of go inside as we see someone laughing. And it's like, what the fuck is kind of going on here? Now this was pretty kind of creepy and effective. I'll at least hand it to that. It's like, alright. You're not supposed to be here, are you, friend? We would like to be. We bring opportunity. I don't believe you. Before we then shift to Khonshu, pretty much making his case for the people outside. In my power, you are loved. You are not... There is no least among you, no prejudice of age. I am the one who has given you invitation to the future you deserve. And what has Wakanda done? They hold their kingdom to themselves, for themselves, while you suffer and struggle, while you are unaware of the sheer power you have in the earth beneath you. Because he wants their shit. And of course everybody's like, yeah. And T'Challa is pretty much seeing this like, god damn, that's not good. I've seen what I need to see. He's making this a jihad, a holy war. They think Moon Knight is a demigod because he's the one answering their prayers, Shuri. Wakanda has failed these people. Now they're learning to hate us for it. I will feel more comfortable when you're back here, brother. You are one. They are legion. T'Challa, what are you doing? I'm thinking. Of course, he's thinking of doing a pretty much strike, and Shuri's like, stop. Don't do this. But she is able to, like, talk some sense into him. I like seeing their brother and sister dynamic. That is a thing that is an important bit when I see that kind of thing. So I'm like, okay. So he's like, I'll return home. But we see that, like, the vibranium and its opposite are having effects on him. I think you might be trouble people. We came because we heard what you can do. Someone very useful wants your help. I've been here 3 years and I needed help. Tonight I figured out a way to help myself. Your help has violence in it. Violence. It's a great deal of judgy-wudgy in your voice considering the history you two share. And that's like, what the fuck's kind of going on here? Then that they know, this person knows their names and shit. It's like, oh god. This is a puppet, but this one came close enough to hear me whisper. Magic needs speech, you see. My captors knew that, and this puppet will only last so long. In my anger, I might have killed the other ones. I lose myself sometimes. You want my help, the old abracadabra. Hee hee. Well, I want something too. Quid pro quo. Come on in. It's like, I just know the ways of above and below. And you're here about the vibranium. Y'all don't know what it really is, but you stink of it. I'd love to have a conversation about it with you, Eric. Easy to make this fella talk. Hard to make him do strong things. You look strong. I've done about all I can with my whispers. Why don't you swagger over here and take off this gag? And it's like, what the fuck? That's a kind of crazy reveal there. Before we then shift over to this one, where we see Moon Knight getting fucked up. Well, Khonshu getting fucked up by T'Challa, and that kill shot. I mean, it looks really fucking weird with the expression on his face, but I mean, you don't really get to choose how much your death face looks. And now God is dead. You serve well. I serve no one. King of nothing, slave to the ancients. You serve the will of the cosmos. Do you think you could use the element without humility? Do you think you control it? I think I don't need vibranium. Strong words, slave, then free yourself. And it's like, what the fuck is that kind of thing going on? as he's trying to rip the stuff off, but is taking his skin off as well. It's like, okay, this is a more kind of interesting kind of aspect to it, but not as much to kind of keep me going in for this story. Of course, seeing Okoye trying to be like, what the fuck's kind of going on here? Talking about vibranium having secrets and everything like that. And then, should I say that I have no concept of what to do? If that is the truth, I need to work. I will be in the laboratory. Shuri wants for war, T'Challa. For a month you've been removed from her. Me, Wakanda. Tell Shuri I dream of Khonshu, of Moon Knight. And tell her in every dream he dies with his blood on my hands. This is not her war, it is mine. It seems I have already won. It's like, okay. But then we kind of get a shift over to Storm and Eric talking with the Sorcerer Supreme. Telling more about kind of Wakanda. Let's see. Talking about that she's in captivity because magic is a science they don't understand. Talking about her being Inan, the God Killer, and it's a power they cannot control, which scares those who do not wish to be humble. Nice big boat you have there, but the ocean is bigger. Show them. And I really like seeing the purple for her eyes as we see this giant ass shark. It's like, holy fucking shit! Because this is why I was in captivity, because I know how small I am in the fabric of the universe. My enemies don't. And I might have destroyed a warlord because I didn't like his ethics. There's also that. It's like, yeah, she evidently makes trouble. And I'm like, alright, sounds like a good one there. But then they get beset by an attack helicopter, and we see her kind of doing her shit and everything. It's like, alright. Pretty much telling it to fall and shoving it in a shark before she's able to help Eric, who's pretty much dying, but she does that and she's like, alright, you helped my ass out, I'm going to help you. I'm creating a small rift between time and space to accelerate his natural healing process. You can do that when I'm motivated. And then she's like, I'm sorry, I should have done a little bit better, so let's kind of get out of here because those are my captors. So let's just get the fuck out of this place. As she then pretty much gets into her outfit, which is really fucking awesome. Inan, the Sorcerer Supreme is at your service. Perhaps your Wakandan king has found his God Killer after all. Kind of a fusion of Stephen Strange and Clea's kind of look, which I really kind of like, as she's got her portal back there. We shift to then see that Moon Knight's pretty much calling their asses out. They're expecting the King of Wakanda, saying that he's got an offer, and yeah, here we go. Saying that he doesn't bring violence today, and that a proposal of an equitable split, and that never really usually goes well. Trying to say democracy and allowing West Africa allowed to choose its alliance, and pretty much berating them on their isolation kind of stuff, and pretty much putting them into a thing where they would have to refuse and of course pick the war path. It's like, you fucking asshole. You want to fight my brother? My master wants to kill him. Of course, he's like, I kind of need to do this. And they're like, what are you fucking doing? And it's like, I don't know if you're that well, T'Challa. I mean, what the fuck? And it's really kind of weird to see Okoye and Shuri at this point kind of like on the same page. Like, what the fuck's going on? It's like, yep. And then asking for like a theory, and talking about how like the vibranium potentially wants war. It's like, what would it want war for, and what would its goal kind of be? As he's pretty much going out and trying to see what's kind of going on, to see how everybody's kind of being hurt and fucked up, as he's then trying to help people that are getting supplies that are getting those supplies jacked. So it's T'Challa pretty much being a badass. It's like, alright, cool. That's the stuff I like. It's just, the story around it could be better. Him getting healed up, and then kind of disappearing like Batman. It's like, okay, cool. And it just further cements T'Challa's thoughts of pretty much challenging Moon Knight to kill his ass. Of course, him then still dealing with seeing the visions of what's kind of going on and killing Khonshu. Talking about feeling hatred and everything in that kind of moment. And it's like, a soul within me wants his flesh and blood. No, not like this. As he just starts going in and then ripping off Khonshu's head. And he's like, no, this is not good. Kind of talking with the Voodoo Khan. I'm not a murderer, Matron Amala. Yet on the next full moon you will fight him to the death. You have agreed to this, and you are right to do so. It will bring peace. His followers will serve you. The kingdom he has built will become yours. You will explore his powers, their powers, and you will walk toward your destiny, which is... The Voodoo Khan have waited for generations for this moment. For your bloodline to realize what it needs to be. For Wakanda and Vibranium to take their throne in the world. It's like, okay. Not saying not being a priestess of peace and everything like that. It's like, what god do you serve? The Voodoo Khan serve you, my king. The moon will rise, and you will face Khonshu and Ra. No man is greater than his destiny. Let that guide you. I will pray for you. It's like, what the fuck are you doing? As they pretty much go into there, it's like, okay, how's this kind of going to shake out? Of course, we see them fighting off, and him just, like, doing a really good kind of kick to, like, knock his fucking helmet off. And he pretty much gets thrown into the passion, and we see an entity telling him to kill him, but we see something stop him. You must be T'Challa. I'm Anan. Your friends have told me a lot about you. No idea who this moon guy is, but he doesn't matter. What matters is you have a vibranium problem, and it might not be too late to save everything you believe in. It's like, okay, that's an effective entrance, and to stop that whole thing from going on. So, this war, I was a little bit iffy on Ultimate Black Panther. In the first one, I'm like, okay, let me see the second one and see how that kind of works out. And again, I'd be like, if you're into this, mainly go for the art, though there are some issues of being like, alright. I did like the introduction of more of, there's some weird kind of cosmic thing behind this whole thing, like the will of the vibranium and the will of its kind of opposite and what's kind of going on there. But it's more too much in the background still at this point, and not really as driving the plot forward. I did like the introduction of the Ultimate Sorceress Supreme. She seems like a very interesting kind of character. There hasn't been much of exploration of her yet. I mean, she was just introduced in this volume, so yeah, of course. But there's nothing much there yet, other than the basic kind of stuff that we've got. Like, okay, all right. She's more different at this point than what we've seen with T'Challa and everything, but him dealing with, like, the madness of being, like, induced to try and kill Khonshu, that's at least a little bit more interesting and gives a little bit more pepper and flavor to the conflict, but again, it's still more kind of your basic kind of stuff from... if I took off Ultimate and just said that this was another volume of Black Panther with certain kind of different kind of changes, I don't think most people would be able to tell the difference, which is like, that kind of sucks. Now, I don't think this is the worst ever, and me stopping it doesn't say that it's, like, horrendous. Like, if it was all in on the Ultimate line, this would be the one that I would, like, if I had the just the Ultimate list on my pull list, I'd probably have Ultimate Spider-Man, the Ultimates, and then this would be the one that I'd read last and be like, oh, okay, and be like, alright, I get enjoyment out of the art style and everything, and there's certain kind of interesting kind of concepts dealt with, but it wouldn't be my favorite. We will get into, like, Ultimate X-Men at a certain point, but this one at the moment is, like, when I did a tier list of Final Fantasy or whatnot, I don't hate Final Fantasy X, but it's like my middle ground. It does stuff as a video game, and I don't love it or hate it. That's pretty much what Ultimate Black Panther 2024 is for me at this point. It's like, I won't go out of my way for it, but I'm not going to dissuade anybody for it. If you're really into T'Challa and wanting to see what kind of goes on with this kind of story, I would definitely recommend it. If you're more in, I would more heavily recommend it on the art style more than anything, especially with how the action and everything kind of goes gnarly, especially when they start doing magic elements because of the Sorceress Supreme. I'm like, okay, cool. But, yeah, it's just okay to me. So, those are my opinions on the volume. Tell me what you guys think in the comments below. If you liked it, if you didn't like it, if you agree with me, if you disagree with me. Also, like and subscribe, and I hope you have a good day.